Gary here. We are processing this deer. We let the rest of it hang overnight, and now we're going to finish it. That meat is ice cold. It was in the 20s. It's still just, in the mid 30s, even with the sun shining like this. And I hope you can hear me over the log splitter. Hannah's working on her wood pile and her wood sails. So right now, the next step I'm going to do, when I've got one hanging like this, especially the way I've got this one hung, I just work from the bottom up. We did take the tenderloins out yesterday, and then we took the front shoulders off, and now we're going to take the meat off the neck. This meat off the neck will be stew and grind meat, and so I just kind of I cut right kind of here at the base of the neck, and then I just kind of debone all this however best I can get it, and I get it off and get it in a bowl so I can carry it in the house. And so we're just going to get this meat off the neck bone and get it put in the bowl. One thing in your homesteading journey, and actually in life, you have to learn how to weigh out effort and reward. And deer processing, a lot of times that's where it comes down for me. I could spend a lot of time getting every little drop of meat off of this and making sure I didn't throw anything away. And that's a doable thing, and if that's the way you choose to do it, do it. But for me, there's a lot of things I need to be doing, and so I have to tell myself that sometimes another couple of pounds of meat isn't worth the couple of more hours it's going to take me to get it. And it's not really wasted around here. It gets fed to something. It gets fed to hogs or dogs or chickens. I know you can't see it, but the chickens are around my feet now waiting on something to grab if it hits the ground. And a lot of times the cats will be around here for that too. And all that stuff has to eat. So if some of this meat that I don't get deboned in our freezer goes to feed them, that's still providing. So it's not really wasted. And that's the calculations I have to make homesteading. Is it worth the effort to make it go in my freezer, or is it better just to get stuff a little quicker and let it feed the animal, let some of it feed the animals, which has to be done anyways. It's something I've got to do in the day. So we'll do this on the other side also. I had to go help Hannah with the log splitter. And now we're going to take this other back strap off. It's also called the loin on a lot of animals. On a deer, it's usually called a back strap. And we'll just start right here, which you can't see right here, huh? All right, we're going to start right here. You can see, well, I can see. Sun's not good. The leg muscles come right here and end right there. And so I'm just going to cut right there. And yeah, you can feel those bones in there. And then start to come down along the chine bones, which is the ridge of the backbone. Come down there, and then over here, come down like that, cut this out of my way. There's a backstrap that makes really nice steaks. Some people cut it in pieces and make it like a prime rib or something, but I like it as steaks. We love deer steaks just fried in either butter or bacon grease with some of our own seasoning on them. I'll butterfly these, and I use garlic powder and salt and pepper, and sometimes a little bit of cayenne, and just fry that in a little butter, and that's about as good a steak as you get off a deer. I think they're excellent, and I have eaten tons of deer steak like that, and my kids were raised on it. And so that is a backstrap. This is one of the prime cuts off of a deer. That and the tenderloin are probably the top two cuts. Basically, if you think of it in terms of a beef, the tenderloin comes from right here, and the backstrap comes from right here. The backstrap would be the same as your ribeye and your T-bone, and the tenderloin is the small part or the bottom of a T-bone, and that's, if you think of it in the way of a cut of beef, commercial cut of beef, that's where those come from. So there is there's our backstraps off. I'm going to take some time, cut some of these bigger pieces of meat here, cut some of these bigger pieces of meat that aren't real bloodshot. You can see my bullet was here, and I've cut a few pieces of these meat. Some of it was good and some of it wasn't. And so I'm going to take and cut some of these bigger pieces off to go in the grinder, and then we'll get to the backbone here later. So, even though my bullet entry's right in here, even though my bullets went right here, I've still got bloodshot back up under this layer of meat plumb up here. So that's something you kind of need to keep an eye for when you see those big blood clots and stuff. That's not flavorful. You need to cut that off your meat. Cut that off your meat or cut that out. And it spoils quick too, so it's important that you keep an eye open for that.